Let's talk about something juicy. The secret to getting turned on. If you've ever felt disconnected from your desire, like your libido is on a permanent vacation, or you're just wondering why things aren't clicking the way that they used to, you're in the right place. Here's the truth. Getting turned on isn't about looking a certain way, doing specific moves, or even having the perfect relationship. It's about truly understanding your body, your mind, and your unique pleasure. Today, I am going to be pulling back the curtains and sharing everything. How breathwork can unlock your arousal, why body confidence is your secret weapon, and how self-pleasure is way more than just me time, and a few wild, unexpected tools to help spice things up. Plus, we'll get into food, communication, energy play, and even what to do if you and your partner have mismatched libidos. By the end of this, you'll be so armed with knowledge, you'll be shocked that this was all just free. So let's kick things off by busting a few myths about libido. Society loves to push this idea that if you're not in the mood 24/7, something is wrong with you. Let me just say that is absolute bullshit. Your libido isn't broken, it's just misunderstood. Libido isn't static. It ebbs and flows based off of stress, hormones, mental health, relationships, and even the weather. Yep, the weather. If it's cold and gray, your body might prioritize survival over arousal. But a sunny day, suddenly you're alive and ready for connection. Your desire is as unique as your fingerprint. So stop comparing your sex life to someone else's, or worse, what your partner thinks is normal. It's time for you to figure out what works best for you. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Breathwork. Breathwork might not sound sexy, but trust me, it's a total game changer. Let's get real for a second. Stress is the ultimate libido killer. When you're juggling work, kids, deadlines, all that shit, plus your mental health, your body's like turned on. No, let's just survive today. Thank you. That's because like when you're stressed out, your breathing gets shallow and quick, which sends a signal to your brain, we're in danger, abort all sexy thoughts. Now here's the part that nobody tells you. You can actually hack your body's response. By using breath work, you can literally tell your brain, hey, we're safe now. Let's chill and maybe see where the mood takes us. When you slow down your breathing and make it intentional, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the fancy term for your body's rest and relax. It's the part of your nervous system that says, hey, we're all good. Let's focus on connection, pleasure, and all of the fun stuff. If you want to try it out, here's a quick exercise. It takes less than 5 minutes. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 counts. Fill up your belly, not just your chest. Hold it for 4 counts, just enough to feel that satisfying tension. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Let it all out, nice and controlled. And then you repeat that 2 to 3 times. Done. That simple reset helps calm your mind. It can also help to increase the blood flow to all the right places, which is getting your body primed for intimacy, whether that's solo or with a partner. And let me just tell you, this is not just for the bedroom. Breathwork can help you reset in the middle of a stressful day, calm your mind before a big meeting, or even wind down before sleep. But when you bring it into intimacy, that's where the magic really happens. Pro tip, try syncing your breathing with your partner. You can do this during foreplay even. Seriously, this is next level connection. Match your rhythm. Inhale when they do. Exhale together. It creates this like unspoken bond, like you're on the same wavelength. It might sound a little woo-woo, but trust me, it's like hitting the fast forward button on arousal. And here's the kicker. Breathwork actually forces you to be present, because let's be real. How often are you actually in the moment these days? Between the mental to-do list running in your head, checking your phone every 5 minutes, intimacy can feel more like a chore than a choice. But with breathwork, you're not just thinking about the dishes or that work email that you forgot to hit send on. You're here now, feeling every sensation, every moment. So tonight when you're laying in bed, try that little breathing technique. You don't even have to jump into anything else. This is about reconnect with yourself first. And if your partner's there, invite them to try it with you. Who knows where that might lead? And trust me, this is just the beginning of what's possible when you take the time to connect with your breath and yourself. Now that we've got your breath flowing, let's tackle the next big player in arousal, body confidence. How you feel about your body directly impacts your ability to become aroused and connected. If you're stuck in your head criticizing yourself, my thighs, why does my belly look like that? It is slamming the brakes on your libido. You cannot feel sexy when you're at war with your reflection. And here's the truth. Confidence is the sexiest thing that you can wear. And it has absolutely nothing to do with your shape, your size, your age. Sexy isn't a number on a scale. It's an energy, a vibe, a way of owning your space and saying, this is me and I'm fucking fabulous. Now I get it. Feeling confident isn't always easy, especially when you're surrounded by culture that always points out flaws. But confidence isn't something that just magically appears. It's something you build step by step. I actually go through this deep into my 5-day self-love challenge, and I think it's free right now, so you might want to check that out. I'll link it in the description. But here's a small and powerful way to get you started. Every day, stand in the mirror and look at yourself, and you name one thing that you love. Maybe it's the curve of your hips, the strength of your legs, or the way that your skin shines in the sunlight. Even if it feels awkward at first, just keep doing it. These tiny moments of appreciation add up over time, and they can really add to your self-esteem. Pro tip is to engage in your senses to feel even more grounded in your body. Slip into something that makes you feel amazing. This doesn't have to be lingerie. It can be your favorite pair of jeans, maybe your coziest pajamas, whatever. Light a candle with a scent that you love and play a song that makes you just want to move. Connecting with your senses reminds you that your body is a source of pleasure, not just something to criticize. Here's the thing. Confidence is contagious. this. When you start feeling good in your body, that energy radiates. It changes the way that you carry yourself, even the way you move, but also the way that you connect with your partner. They'll feel it too, but more importantly, you will feel it. And if you're wondering how this ties into intimacy, let me just break it down quick. When you feel good in your own skin, you're more open to exploring, to being present, and to letting go of those nagging thoughts that are just chipping away in your brain. You deserve to feel amazing in your own skin. And the journey to body confidence starts here and now. It's the smallest acts of love and appreciation. Feeling good in your body? Okay, good. Because next we're diving into self-pleasure. But before we do, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that I know we're on the same journey together. Okay, let's be real about self-pleasure, because it's more than just reaching that finish line. Masturbation isn't just about orgasms, although those are fucking great. It's about getting to know your body on a deeper level. It's about figuring out what truly turns you on and connecting with yourself in a way that nobody else can. Think of it like this. You wouldn't buy like a new fucking gadget and never read the manual, right? Well, actually, I might do that. Anyways, self-pleasure is your manual for understanding what makes your body tick. Here's the thing. Many of us just rush through self-pleasure like it's a check off of our to-do list. Quick, efficient, get it done. But what if you slow down? What if you let yourself explore with zero pressure to reaching the finish line? I have a challenge. Set aside 20 minutes for a self-pleasure session. But this time your goal isn't to orgasm. It's just to explore. Touch areas that you normally ignore, like your arms or your legs. Experiment with different types of touch. Light, soft, firm, rhythmic, and then try new toys or tools that you've been curious about. Variety isn't just the spice of life. It's the key to unlocking parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed. Pro tip, bring a mirror into the mix. And no, not just for a quick glance. Really watch yourself. It might feel awkward at first, but seeing your body in its most authentic and vulnerable state can be very empowering. You're not just a spectator. You're witnessing your own beauty, your power, your own pleasure. Here's the magic of self-pleasure. It teaches you to communicate with your body. You'll start to notice what feels amazing, what makes you shiver, and what might need a little extra love. When you know these things, you can bring that knowledge into your relationship, or simply just enjoy the confidence that it brings. Self-pleasure also creates space for emotional connection with yourself. Maybe you'll notice tension that you were secretly holding and didn't know about. Maybe you'll feel gratitude for the way that your body responds. Or maybe you'll just enjoy 20 minutes of blissful, uninterrupted you time. And if you're thinking, I don't have any time for this, I'm here to lovingly call bullshit. Because prioritizing yourself isn't a luxury. It's self-care. It's a reminder that your needs and your desires and your connection to yourself matter. Self-pleasure isn't selfish. It's empowering. It's liberating. And it's the best fucking tool that you have to unlocking your fullest potential, both in and outside of the bedroom. Go ahead, queen. Take your time. Explore and reveal that magic that is you. Now that we've explored the physical, let's move into the mental. Fantasy exploration. This is all about turning your brain into the best wingman. Your brain is the biggest sex organ that your body has. Seriously, your imagination is your biggest erogenous zone. If you're not tapping into it, you're leaving so much potential pleasure on the table. Here's the truth. Fantasy isn't just for novels or late night daydreaming. It's a powerful way to explore your desires, break free from any shame that you might feel, and figure out what really makes you tick. The best part is it's private, it's safe, and it's 100% yours to control. So where do you start? You close your damn eyes. Let your mind wander. Think about a scenario that excites you. It doesn't have to be realistic. Hell, it doesn't even have to make sense. Maybe it's a steamy beach moment, an adventurous power dynamic, or just a playful roleplay scene. Whatever it is, lean into it and without judgment. Fantasies are not about what you should want. They're just about discovering what lights you up. Pro tip, take it a step further by sharing a tame version with your partner. For example, if your imagination shifted toward power dynamics, you could say something like, I'd love for you to take the lead tonight. Completely surprise me. It's a simple way to dipping your toes into the fantasies and bringing them to life without overcomplicating things. Here's the magic. Even if you never act on a fantasy, just exploring it in your mind can heighten your arousal and desire. And if you do decide to share, it can unlock a whole new level of intimacy and trust with your partner. But let's address the elephant in the room. Fantasy does not mean that you're dissatisfied with your real life. It's not a sign that something's missing in your relationship. It's simply just another way to expand and explore your pleasure potential. Think of it as a spice rack for your intimate life. It adds variety, excitement, and a dash of unpredictability. Bonus tip, combine your fantasies with sensory elements. For example, if your fantasy involves a specific setting like the beach, try incorporating a candle with a tropical scent, playing music like sounds of waves crashing into the beach. Remember, your brain is the biggest wingman in the world of pleasure. Let it play, let it wander, and let it take you to places that you didn't know existed. Speaking of heightening pleasure, let's activate all 5 senses with sensory play. It's all about engaging those 5 senses to create deeper, more intense feelings. Think of it as a way to turn even the most simple moment into something unforgettable. Here's the deal. When you focus on more than one sense, you pull yourself more and more into the moment. No overthinking, no distractions, just pure connection. And that's when the magic happens. If you want to try it, you can start with a few of these. Blindfolds, removing your sight automatically heightens every other sense, especially your touch. Textures, explore how different textures feel against your skin. Maybe it's feathers or silk or like a light wrap or something. Even a warm oil on your skin can be so gratifying. And then don't forget about sounds. Create a playlist that sets the mood, whether it's sultry R&B, soft acoustic vibes, or even some erotica. Anything that can add an emotional layer can completely transform the vibe. Pro tip is combine two senses at once for maximum impact. For example, play some music while running a feather or some silk across your skin. Layering those sensations can just literally make you melt. And if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, take it to the kitchen. Food isn't just for eating, it's for playing too. Imagine the cool sweetness of whipped cream on your skin or the warmth of melted chocolate brushed on your body. Oh my God. Even just a little sprinkle of sea salt on the skin to engage your taste buds in ways that are both playful and sexy. And sensory play isn't just about adding heat to intimacy. It's a way to reconnect with your body and your partner. It forces you to slow down, notice these small details, and savor every moment. That's the kind of mindfulness that builds real, lasting connection. Okay, now let's feed your connection with communication. Words matter. Not the kind that you throw around during small talk or when you're debating whose turn it is to do the dishes. Not the kind that you throw around during small talk or when you're debating whose turn it is to do the dishes. I mean the kind of words that make your partner stop, listen, and feel something. Because here's the truth. Communication is one of the most powerful tools in intimacy. Your words have the power to ignite, deepen, and completely transform your guys' connection. But to make that magic happen, you have to get real about your desires, your boundaries, and what you need to be fulfilled. Use your words as foreplay. Here's what I'm talking about. Share a fantasy. Say something like, I've been thinking about X, Y, and Z. What do you think about exploring that together? This isn't just hot. It's a way to build trust and curiosity. You can tease each other. A cheeky text during the day or a whispered compliment in their ear can work wonders. You looked so good today, it's distracting me. Or relive a memory. Talk about a moment that turned you guys on. Something you did in the past that still makes you smile or blush. It's like pressing replay on your favorite intimate scenes. And here's the best part. These conversations aren't just about turning each other on. They're really creating a deeper connection. When you feel truly seen, heard, and understood, the intimacy that you experience becomes more electric. And let's not forget about the unsexy but essential part. Boundaries. Communicating what feels good and what doesn't, and what you're curious about is key to feeling safe and open. If you're worried about how to start, you could frame it softly as, I love it when you fill in the blanks. Can we try more of that? Or I'd like to explore X, Y, and Z. What do you think? Pro tip, if talking face to face is feeling a little bit intimidating, try a journal swap. Write down your fantasies and desires and things you might like to try with your partner and swap them. Reading someone's words can feel less vulnerable than saying them out loud. And it's a great way to open up the door to deeper connections. Remember, words are as much part of intimacy as touch, and they have a power to unlock a whole new level of connection. So the next time you're with your partner, don't be afraid to start some conversations. Ask, share, and tease your way into a deeper and sexier connection. Okay, now let's take things a little bit deeper with energy play. Sexual energy isn't just physical, it's emotional and it's even spiritual. When you tap into it, intimacy stops being just sex and becomes something much more powerful. Think about this. Your body is an energy circuit. When you learn to harness that energy, you're not just experiencing touch, you're experiencing a full body connection that goes way beyond physical. Here are simple ways to just try this tonight. Focus on your breath. Inhale deeply and imagine energy flowing from the base of your spine, moving upward through your body. As you exhale, visualize the energy releasing, like waves being spread out your entire being. Repeat this for a few minutes, letting that energy just build as you breathe. You might feel warmth, tingles, or just a deeper sensation and awareness throughout your body. This isn't about achieving anything specific. It's about being present, feeling every sensation, and connecting with yourself on a deeper level. Pro tip, try adding some eye contact into the mix. During intimacy, whether solo or partnered, lock eyes and hold that gaze. Yes, it can feel very vulnerable and maybe even a little bit intimidating, but that's the magic. Eye contact amplifies everything between you, creating a feedback loop of trust. It's not just looking at someone, it's seeing them and letting yourself be seen. Want to take it a step further? Combine this with intentional touch. As you breathe and focus on the energy flow, lightly run your fingers over your arms or your chest or anywhere that feels good. Notice how your touch feels different when paired with this focused energy. It's a whole new level of connection to your body. And if you're with a partner, try syncing energies. Match your breathing, mirror each other's movements, or even place your hands over each other's sweaty chests. It's like creating a shared rhythm where your energy isn't just yours, it's theirs too. Here's the beautiful thing about energy play. It's not about performance or goals. It's about presence. It's about letting yourself slow the fuck down, feel deeply, and experience a connection that's already within you. Try it out. You might just be surprised with how powerful and connected you can feel. Okay, now let's get real for a second. Mismatched libidos happen. And no, it doesn't mean your relationship is doomed or that somebody's doing something wrong. It's just a part of being two humans with different rhythms, stresses, and needs. The key to navigating this is to fucking talk about it. Open, honest conversations are your best ally. But instead of framing it as, hey, we're out of sync, try flipping the script to something like this. I want to feel closer to you. How can we do this together? It's all about approaching the conversation out of curiosity rather than like placing any blame. Now, talking about solutions, you're not looking for a one-fits-all fix here. You're looking for a compromise that works for both of you. Here are some ideas that you guys can explore. Scheduling intimacy. I know, doesn't sound very sexy, but hear me out. When life gets busy, carving out intentional time for connection, yes, even on your calendar, can make all of the difference. Think of it like a date night, but with extra fun built in. You can also explore non-sexual intimacy. People think intimacy always has to end with penetration, but it doesn't have to. Cuddling, holding hands, giving each other massages. These little moments of connection can bridge gap and remind both of you that physical touch is about love and closeness, not just arousal. Pro tip is to bring in a little bit of creativity here. If one of you is not in the mood for full-on intimacy, consider exploring other ways to connect, like mutual touch, oral play, mutual masturbation, or even just laying there and talking about what turns you guys on. Sometimes taking that pressure off leads to surprising moments of connection. And here's the thing, libido mismatches aren't just about sex. They're about feeling seen, valued, and heard. The more that you can approach this topic with empathy and openness, the easier it becomes to find a rhythm that works for both of you. So start the conversation. It doesn't have to be heavy or awkward. Make it a moment of connection. Say something like, I want us to feel even closer. How can we create more space for intimacy that works for both of us? The goal isn't to fix anything. It's about growing together. Because at the end of the day, mismatched libidos are just an opportunity to deepen your connection and discover new ways to love each other. Here's the thing. All of these tools, breathwork, body confidence, self-pleasure, fantasies, they're fucking incredible, but they won't do a damn thing if you don't actually use them. Let's stop just talking about pleasure and start making it a regular part of your life. Enter the pleasure routine, your personalized roadmap to prioritizing intimacy and connection, whether it's with yourself or with your partner. Think of it like your skincare routine, but a hell of a lot more fun. Here's how you can build yours. Set the mood. Create a space that's soft, cozy, sensual, inviting. Light some candles, put on some music. Help yourself feel sexy. Your environment sets the tone for how you feel in your body, so make it a damn vibe. 2, schedule it, because let's face it, if you wait for the perfect moment, it'll never come. Pun intended. Block out time in your week for intimacy, solo or partnered, and treat it like a non-negotiable appointment because your pleasure matters. And making space for it shows yourself and your partner that it's a priority. 3, experiment and play. This is where that magic happens. Try a new toy, a different stroke, different touches, or dive into that fantasy that you've been curious about. The key is to let go of expectations and just feel. Then I want you to reflect on it. Afterward, ask yourself, what felt good? What surprised me? What could I try differently next time? Reflection isn't just for journaling. It's for figuring out what truly lights you up. Make this a regular part of your life and watch how your confidence soars. Your connection and overall vibe just shift, because prioritizing your pleasure isn't selfish. It's empowering. And when you make it a habit, you're not just building a routine, you're building a life where your desires are front and center, exactly where they belong. Remember, getting turned on isn't about following a formula. It's about discovering what works for you. From breathwork to body confidence to food and fantasy, the possibilities are endless. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. If you found any value, you might also want to check out this video here where I talk about how to stop faking your orgasms and get in the mood for real. I'm Courtney Heron, your climax queen, and I'm glad you came.